You're watching Machindo's hometown station, HTV1.
Hello everybody, Brett Boyd from the Market House. Don't miss our new expanded summer hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And don't miss two fantastic deals on ground chuck at just $3.99 a pound or Dutch Farms butter at just $2.99. Just two great deals and two more reasons to come see us at the Market House. Open 8 to 8, 7 days a week. We'll see you there.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
From Machindo's news leader, this is HTV1 News at noon.
Well, the majority of the new cases in Michigan's most recent coronavirus figures came from a local prison, and we'll tell you more about that in a moment. Well, good afternoon, Machindo. I'm Scott Pienta, remote today, when we're going to be updating you with data from yesterday afternoon. Count back down to 95 with 2 deaths. WTVB says another inmate has died at the Lakeland Correctional Facility, bringing the death toll at the Coldwater Prison to 21, the most at any prison in Michigan. Now, 57 prisoners have died statewide so far. Hillsdale County reports 166 cases and 24 deaths. The Hillsdale County Medical Care Facility says they have completed testing of all 237 staff members and 15 tested positive. None of those staff members showed any symptoms, but they'll all been informed and now they're isolating at home. 11 employees are currently off to work and 2 had returned yesterday. Officials say that the testing allowed them to identify any affected residents and provide targeted care. Now, they continue to screen all staff daily prior to work hours and take all precautions to protect everyone at the facility. The post on the MCF Facebook page says that it's not the time to become complacent, rather double down and protect your neighbors. Lenawee County counts 136 confirmed cases, 94 recovering, 3 dead, 33 probable cases, 21 recovering, and no deaths in the probable category. The Daily Telegram reports that the Department of Corrections has been conducting mass testing at Gus Harrison Correctional Facility in Madison Township, and that's where the majority of Michigan's jumps in cases came from in the last 24 hours. Out of 773 new cases statewide yesterday, 612 came from Gus Harrison inmates. The MDOC spokesperson Chris Gautz says that the majority of the prisoners were asymptomatic, speaking to the danger of the virus. A total of 716 inmates at the Madison Township Prison have tested positive so far. The first 100 or so were tested because they had shown symptoms. Prisons with low case counts are transferring their positive cases to the Robert Cotton Correctional Facility in Jackson or the Carson City Correctional Facility. At both Gus Harrison and Lakeland, the positive inmates are being separated from the negatives, and some staff will only work with the positive inmates in order to prevent further spread. Now, south of the state line, down in Steuben County, reports 67 cases, 16 recoveries, and 2 deaths. Now, that's according to WLKI. Over in Williams County, counts 33 confirmed cases, 14 probable cases, and 1 death. Fulton County has now reports of 34 confirmed cases and 1 probable case, and still no deaths. Well, Michigan is getting back to business, or at least part of the state. WLKZO says Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed an executive order yesterday that will begin the reopening of Regions 6 and 8, meaning Traverse City and the Upper Peninsula, starting this Friday. Retail and office businesses that cannot work remotely, restaurants and bars, can all open at 50% capacity. Campgrounds and other lodging will remain closed. Now that moves those regions in the 4th phase of my Safe Start plan, called the improving phase. Now, cities and villages will still be allowed to implement their own restrictions as they see fit. Now, Whitmer says that those regions that are opening now because of the low number of cases, and she added that people should not rush to that area to take advantage. She said more regions could start opening in the coming weeks if cases continue to drop. Well, as the reopening begins, Governor Whitmer has issued an executive order requiring businesses to submit a plan. WKZO says any business that is reopening for in-person activities must submit a COVID-19 preparedness and response plan to the state by June 1st, 4 days after the expiration of the current stay-at-home order. Now, the plan must also be publicly available to employees and customers, and training will be necessary for employees and management on how to comply with the federal aid and state health guidelines. Whitmer said during her statement that yesterday's press conference, that going to work is going to feel different for a little while, but the chances are necessary for everyone's protection as Michigan gets back to business. Now, the state's Labor Department will also be adding a director of COVID-19 workplace safety as part of that effort. Well, the coronavirus pandemic has hit Indiana's government in the wallet. The Herald Republican says the Hoosier State missed budgeted revenue by almost $1 billion in April alone. That's billion with a B. Now, that's mostly due to the income tax filing date being pushed back till June, and the state is expected to make up most of that over the summer. But it's the state's sales withholding and casino taxes that they won't get to collect from that time, amounting to $200 million in lost revenue. The total tax collections in Indiana for April were estimated to be $2.2 billion, but they came up $964 million short. The losses mean Indiana's total budget projection is about 7% below expectations. Now, that's almost as bad as 2009, the worst year of the Great Recession, when budget revenue came in at 7.9% short of the estimate. Well, the pandemic is also affecting Indiana's Republican State Convention this year, as WLKI says the party is shifting to a virtual convention with mail-in voting. The convention will be streamed online and broadcast through various news partners statewide on June 18th from 5:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. Now, that will include speeches by each Attorney General candidate, Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch, and the keynote speech from Governor Eric Holcomb. Now, delegates will receive mail-in ballots around June 22nd, and those will be counted by an independent accounting firm on July 10th. The winning candidate in the convention race will have to receive at least 50% of the vote in a ranked choice voting system. Well, the state of Ohio is getting ready to reopen more businesses. According to the expositor, Governor Mike DeWine and Lieutenant Governor John Husted announced last week that childcare, low-impact sports leagues, horse racing, and public swimming pools will be able to continue operations this month. $60 million in CARES Act funding will go to the effort to reopen childcare operations statewide. And the governor says that the goal is to have the safest child care system in the nation. Child care is set to reopen on May 31st. Campgrounds will reopen on Thursday, and the Bureau of Motor Vehicles will resume operations on the 26th, 1 week from today. Now, that's also the date set to reopen gyms and fitness centers, public pools, and limited contact sports leagues like baseball and softball. School facilities, however, will still remain closed, but all of that depends on people's willingness to continue with social distancing. WBNO reports that DeWine saw pictures from a Columbus restaurant over the weekend where crowds were packed in. That establishment did manage to get things under control, but DeWine said that the state will do whatever it takes to enforce protective measures. Well, still to come, a local area teen is missing, and a local man has been found safe. Plus, a Williams County man accidentally shot himself over the weekend. And as well as a Angola man has been charged for sex with a minor in Branch County. You're watching HTV1 News remotely at noon today.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
Authentic Mexican food is just a short drive away at El Cerrito in Coldwater and Hillsdale. The variety-packed menu has something for everyone, with classic Mexican dishes, El Cerrito specialties, and tasty treats for dessert. Don't forget the best margaritas in town with margarita specials Friday and Saturday. And carry-out ordering is great for work lunches or picking up dinner for the family. Make your next meal a fiesta for your taste buds at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
Well, take a look at yours. This is Logan James Dominique of Delta. Now, he has been missing since May 4th, and authorities need your help to find him. Now, he was last seen in Toledo, and he's been spotted at the Walmart in Oregon since he went missing. Now, he may be staying with a friend in the 300 block of Whitemore Street in Toledo. He's a 17-year-old white male, about 6 foot tall and 160 pounds, with strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you're asked to call the Delta Police Department at 419-822-3232. Well, Thomas Limperis has been found and is safe at the Wayne County Medical Care Facility. The 89-year-old Tecumseh man was reported missing early last week, known to be headed to the Costco in Pittsfield Township, then to visit a friend in Saline, but he wasn't heard from after he left. Now, the Telegram says he was found yesterday morning. Now, it's unclear on how he wound up in medical care, but the Tecumseh Police Department says he's been treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Well, at least last check, Steuben County Communications was having problems with their non-emergency phone lines. WLKI reports that Frontier Communications is aware of the issue, and they're working on the problem. Director Gina Patterson says 911 remains fully functional, but you shouldn't use it for non-emergency calls. Instead, you should call Angola City Police Dispatch at 260-665-2121. Well, a Williams County man accidentally shot himself in the shoulder over the weekend. The Bryan Times says it happened Sunday morning on County Road A west of Williams Center. Now, the unnamed man was carrying a .22 caliber rifle on his lawnmower when a gun went off and a bullet hit him in the left side of his neck. Now, he was taken to CHWC Bryan Hospital, then airlifted to Parkview Regional in Fort Wayne. No further details were released, and the incident remains under investigation. Also in Williams County, the Times reports that a Bryan man who crashed his motorcycle is now charged with operating while intoxicated. The 28-year-old Andrew Peters of Bryan sped off through town after passing a parked Bryan police cruiser on Saturday morning. Well, they noticed his motorcycle was running without a headlight. Now, Peters was reportedly driving erratically, ran a stop sign, then crashed at the corner of Trevette and Union Streets. Now, he was flown from Bryan to Parkview Regional and was discharged on Saturday evening. Now, he's being charged for OVI and a stop sign violation, and the Williams County Sheriff's Office has taken up the investigation. Sex crime charges have been filed in Branch County against an Angola man found in Michigan State Police investigation. WTVB says 19-year-old Berlin Harsh III is accused in 3 separate cases of engaging in sexual activity with an 11-year-old girl several times between October and January. Now, Hash is facing 3 charges, one from each case of first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Now, he was arraigned on Friday, and bond has been set at $250,000. Now, a probable cause hearing has been set for May 28th with a preliminary exam on June 3rd. Well, a man who got into a Christmas Eve confrontation with a couple in Branch County's Girard Township will now spend time in prison. WTBB says 60-year-old Archie Wilson previously pleaded no contest to charges of felonious assault with a dangerous weapon and third-degree home invasion. Wilson was apparently staying with the couple at Dove's Landing, but was told he was no longer welcome. He came back and demanded to be allowed in to retrieve his property, but when he wasn't allowed in, he attempted to force his way in with a hammer, breaking glass, which struck a female resident in the face. He also allegedly swung a hatchet at a man who lives in that home. Police later caught him riding away on his bicycle. Wilson has been sentenced to 23 months to 5 years in prison with credit for 146 days already served. Well, still some more news ahead. The struggling to keep dispatchers in place continues in Branch County. And the Capri Drive-In says they'll be open again this weekend despite the state's emergency orders. We'll be right back after this.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Does your vehicle sound like a tractor putting down the road? Then you need to see the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. They will give you a free estimate along with first-class customer service. They custom make any exhaust needed for your vehicle. Stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everybody, Brett Boyd from the Market House. Don't miss our new expanded summer hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And don't miss two fantastic deals on ground chuck at just $3.99 a pound or Dutch Farms butter at just $2.99. Just two great deals and two more reasons to come see us at the Market House. Open 8 to 8, 7 days a week. We'll see you there.
A quick reminder that Lenawee County will conduct its emergency siren test at 7 p.m. tonight. Now, it was supposed to take place in March, but that was postponed due to the offset of the coronavirus pandemic. Well, according to the Telegram, Emergency Management Coordinator Craig Tanna says that the only reason tonight's test would be canceled would be due to severe weather in the area. But while it's cloudy and rain will continue through most of the day, the risk for severe weather remains relatively low. Branch County Central Dispatch Office has 4 empty positions yet again, this time due to an employee being terminated. According to WTVB, 911 Director Kurt Spalding says that the employee was having problems with the training she was undergoing, and she was late for work twice. Branch County Central Dispatch is now down to 6 employees and 1 supervisor, and one of those employees will soon be taking several days off to undergo minor surgery. Now, Spalding says that the training is difficult these days because they're hiring people who have no experience. One positive note is, he says a former Hillsdale County dispatcher is set to undergo training to fill one of those vacancies. And over in Coldwater, the Capri Drive-In has announced that they are intending to once again open this Friday night. In a Facebook post, the theater says that they'll be posting the movies they plan to show soon. They say that they ironed out some of the wrinkles that they experienced this past weekend, and they hope to continue being responsible and keeping everyone safe. The theater opened last Friday in the defiance of Michigan's stay-at-home order, which prohibits all theaters from operating, including drive-ins. Now, that order has not lifted and continues until May 28th. The Capri's Facebook post adds that the majority of those who showed up over the weekend obeyed the temporary rules, and they thanked everyone who came out to support them. Well, Indiana's Attorney General Curtis Hill will remain in office despite his 30-day suspension. WLKI says that state Supreme Court has struck down the motion from Governor Eric Holcomb, which asked the court to rule on whether or not Hill's suspension triggered a vacancy that could have been filled by appointment. The court says that there is no litigation or precedent that would allow that to happen. Now, Holcomb and the Indiana Republican Party have repeatedly called on Hill to step down after accusations were made that he inappropriately touched several women at a party in Indianapolis. Hill's license was recently suspended when it was found that the incident constituted a violation of the state's attorney code. Well, we'll be right back to wrap things up right after this.
El Cerrito's variety-packed menu has something for everyone. With generous servings and lots of flavor, you'll think of it as a fiesta for your taste buds. Dine in or carry out at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project. The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Well, those are today's top stories, and I know I'm working remote today, but I will be back in the studio tomorrow. And don't forget, we'll be out on location in Angola at the B-Dubs tomorrow afternoon for So This Is News. But we'll see you right back here tomorrow at HTV1 for News at Noon. Don't forget, you can find more of our live broadcasts and streams on our channel 24/7 at htv1.net. And for all of us here at HTV1, I'm Scott Pienta. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and have a great day, everyone.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everybody, Brett Boyd from the Market House. Don't miss our new expanded summer hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And don't miss two fantastic deals on ground chuck at just $3.99 a pound or Dutch Farms butter at just $2.99. Just two great deals and two more reasons to come see us at the Market House. Open 8 to 8, 7 days a week. We'll see you there.